So, as it says in the description, I have no illusions that this is something new or innovative. Uh, it's just something I discovered recently that I never played Portal like when it was a big deal. I think I first discovered Portal. Oh my gosh, it would have been 2013, actually around when it was a big deal. Okay, then that is my that's my own mistake there. So I was under the wow. This is actually kind of embarrassing now that I think about it. So 2012, like right when the game came out. 2011, 2012. I would have been living I had gone home for a few months to live with my parents. I had an Xbox and I was playing Portal. Huh. Anyway, so revisiting it in my 40s, I was having some fun with it and found out that there not only are there community, like there's like a whole library of chambers made by the community, because I found out about the speedrun community and all that fun stuff. You can make your own maps. How is that not? And it's so easy, drag and drop. Like in it, more games need to be like this. Now, is someone going to say, "Well, you got what is in my drink? There's something floating around in my drink." You got Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft is that. I think the physics of this are cooler. I think I don't know, something about this is. I know if I got into world building, like is the massive thing, like the people have rebuilt New York City, they've built libraries. No, I'm not getting into that route. This is nice little contained instances. So, what I'm doing today is building this map. Hold on, let me let's say. I have made a bunch of different maps. There's this one, most recently. This one is insane. It is 3 test chambers in one. This one was fun. It mostly glass walls, which I thought was kind of a neat concept to incorporate. This one was based off the movie Tenet, in that it's a co-op mission, and two people have to do it at the same time, and they go down that glass. If you've seen the movie, they walk down the glass wall and they can see each other on the other side, and then they diverge into 2 different paths. And while they're on 2 different missions, they're actually the things this guy does affects what this guy needs, and vice versa. So you have to communicate. That one, I'm really. Oh, it's got a rating too. Somebody rated it 2.5 stars. How was that? What? That feels bad. Why isn't somebody? That was a really good map. Anyway, let's get on with tonight's test. I'm basing it off the movie Cube. Now, if you're not familiar with the movie Cube, it's from like the 90s. You might recognize it. There's, I think it had a sequel. It's Canadian. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't know about it. But people get stuck at a cube. They wake up in a cube. They have no idea how they got there. And there are ways to get out, but there's also booby traps that could kill you. Seems like the perfect inspiration for something in Portal. So I'm making a bunch of levels of cubes, and they are getting incrementally larger. So let's take a look at where we are so far, because obviously I didn't start off with nothing. I started off kind of midway into this process. So we have, let's see, here's our entry chamber there. You then head off to, you open the first set of doors and you drop into this cube here. This cube here. So I've only got one done so far. We'll go ahead and test it out and see how it works. And then we'll move on to the design for the second cube, which I have some ideas. I think I might want to hold off on them till later. But okay. So first room. Tap the button, doors open. Walk in here, and this is what you find. Oh. And if you wait too long, the door kicks you out. So now you're locked in this cube. We have some bouncy gel. We have this force field that what it does. You touch the force field, it erases your portals. We have some rolly balls. Not sure if they're important. And we have this cube that we can put here. And when you do, the whole room kind of lights up. But if you look up there, your exit presents itself. And even if you could get over there, like, whoa. Like, hold on. Can I fit through there? I didn't even think the... Oh, no, it kills you. Not cool. So there is a way out. It does. I mean, you can get out. I'm not going to get into that right now, but that is a doable chamber. So now we're moving on to the second chamber, and it's obviously 1 square bigger. So this is a 3x3. This is a 4x4. All right. So let's get into potential design options for this. I was thinking utilizing bouncy gel in an annoying fashion. So we'll go ahead and we'll make the whole room portable. As in, every surface allows for you to make a portal. And except the floor. All right, the floor is not going to be portable. Portable. Yeah, that's what it says. All right, so they enter the room. I mean, just to be nice, we'll do some lighting. Why not? Okay. Yeah. We'll do some lighting, and then let's do some of this. We're gonna do bouncy gel. All over one wall. Yeah. All right, we'll do bouncy gel I should do bouncy gel all over the place. But I just figured out what I want to do here. Actually gonna do angled panels along the floor here. Whoa. All right, and then we'll do bouncy gel on there. What? Wait a minute. I want to do bouncy gel on there. I can't do bouncy gel. Well, all right. We'll do, screw that. All right. We'll do bouncy gel in the room. There. And we're going to make that top side of the room not portable. So the bottom is, and, maybe we'll do, all right, we'll do these 4 can be, you can portal out of these, and you can bounce around. So I'm not doing too much of a plan with this one where like I know how they're going to do it. There's a lot of times where I've built maps where I know, all right, this is how I want them to this is the puzzle I want them to figure out. This is how, you know, the solution they're going to have to come up with. Sometimes I'll just build it and be surprised, provide enough resources to where, all right, they, you know, hopefully they can come up with a solution themselves. So we'll see. All right, so that gel there. And let's see, dropper enabled, allow streaks, gel flow, light, medium, heavy, drip. We're just gonna do, light. So this, it won't need a button, it'll just constantly be going. And then let's see. All right, so let's do the angles over here. And their angle is 30 degrees. Why? I don't know. Just have some variety in here. We are going to connect them to a ceiling button. And then we're going to make sure none of those connections are visible. And we're going to give it a time of 20 seconds. That's a decent amount of time. And then over here, whoa, other way. Can't have that on the floor, apparently. I'm not mad. Okay. Get rid of, no, what? You have to have the drop on the floor? That seems, dropper enable, allow streaks? I'm not 100% sure what allow streaks even means, to be honest, but whatever. Dropper enable, gel type, speed, bounce conversion, cleansing. so I think I'm going to move these lights. Add more lights here. There we go. All right, so the 4 middle ones will be... okay, so just do that. Whoa, okay, that won't go. All right, so we're gonna have to move. There we go. Remove. All right, so they'll get 4 seconds of speed gel distribution. Put that there. We're gonna add another button here. All right, and this is going to be for our exit. And this is where it gets fun. This is an exit I've been wanting to do for a little while here. The exit will be down. And this becomes a timing issue. The timing issue. Yes, all right, so we're going to have lasers at the bottom. All right, and then we're going to do trap doors. And these trap doors will be on a timer. We'll call it 3 seconds. So you have 3 seconds to get in the hole. But if you're too early, well, actually, no, we'll do it longer. We'll do 6 seconds. But if you do it longer than 6, if you're too long, yeah, then the idea is basically you jump in the hole, and before you hit the lasers, the doors close, and you're saved because the lasers turn off at the same time the doors close. That's the plan. So playing with timing like this has been something I've been working with. All right, so let's put another trap door over there. All right, so all of these are 90. 90, 90, where'd that line, there you go, 90, okay, so they're all 90. Yeah, Yes, and then we can go right into, whoop, other way. We'll put a light inside of here. Just give them a sense that when they look down there, they can kind of see that there's light in that tunnel. And there'll be a button that opens a door. Yes. Wait, nope. Delete that. This goes into the next cube, which has to be, okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, 2, not far enough. Shoot, gotta go one more. Damn it. There we go. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does that not look like that's because that's 6? There we go. That's a cube. Okay. All right. So, what do we have? Let's recap here. This isn't assigned yet. That is assigned to all of those and is on a 20-second timer. This is assigned to that on a 4-second timer. And when you hit that, that is connected to here. And here. And here. And here. Okay, visibility is 0. We don't want them to know that that's what it's connected to. But we do want, see, this is automatically switches to being not deployed. Start deployed. There we go. All right, so when I press that button, it opens for, let's go, we'll do 5 seconds. Oh, wait, hold on. We do want it to count down, though. So we're going to do visibility as signage. Ugh. If I remove the signage visibility here, all right, at least I'll get a countdown clock with that. Yeah, that works. All right. And then also, we want to connect this to these guys. Oh, that's just one. Okay. And the start enabled. So when you press the, okay, so we want them off to begin with. So they have to jump through with like 1 second left, clear the doors, and then land or hit the lasers after they turn off. So they have whatever this distance. We might have to adjust this distance is kind of what I'm saying. So we'll see. And then this was set on a timer of 7 seconds, so they have 7 seconds to get in the room. Any other red herrings we want to throw in here? Any other? What do I have to set to? Drip? Light. No, it's a light drip. Okay, light. All right. Okay, I think this should be enough. Oh, wait, hold on. I wonder, what does this button do? That button turns on speed gel. That button turns on those. That button turns on those. Oh, okay, I know what to do. All right. This is kind of mean, but whatever. These two buttons are going to be connected to cleansing gel. There and there. Okay, I think. And then this gel flow, drip, light, medium, heavy drip. Light. Oh, no, we want heavy. Heavy. And then connection none. Connect to there. Actually, get rid of that connection. Connect to there, and then we want that one. Connect to there. Connection visibility 0. Dropper enabled. Allow streaks. What is streaks? I don't know what allow streaks is. So if they accidentally hit these buttons here and ends up dropping cleansing gel, which will kind of ruin whatever bouncy stuff they have lying around. That's my hope, at least. So I can't move that any closer. Yeah, so that's where it's got to be. Or maybe I could, no, can I? Yeah, let's move you there and you there. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, let's save, test it out. Oh wait, hold on, how do you get out of there again? Okay, so that gets you in, that gets you out, and then you land down there and you enter into that room there, and I still have to put the doors there. Let's go ahead and do that before we go in. Okay. 90 degrees. And then we'll do a button. I did find out you can put too many objects on a map. So you gotta be careful. All right, there we go. Let's take it for a whirl. This is always annoying because I'll get to like the second chamber and realize that something stupid and simple I needed to activate I didn't activate. That'll be fun. Of course, I actually have to accomplish this one. This one's tough. Oh! To be honest, the balls are in here for no reason. They are solely a red herring. Okay, so trick here. So the exit door is now open. Kind of hard to see, but there it is. And that door gets open by hitting this button there. Oops. Okay. Wait for it to close. Now there is a timer, but you know, you'd have to physically count it out yourself. There we go. And then we do there and I missed it. Shoot. All right, here we go again. Finish. There we go. Door opens. Get inside. Up portal. Down. Ah, I know it's doable. That's the whole thing. Is I know I've done it, but I've made one that's even hard on me. There we go. It's 10 seconds, what I set it to. Not 100% sure. Oh, this is annoying. How do I get out of here? I know it can be done. Now the bouncy gel is kind of a red herring, but also a hazard. Like if you jump the wrong angle and bounce off of it, it could throw you into the lasers, which is kind of the point. But did I not move forward fast enough? Did last time that like actually got me out of the portal or out of this room. All right, let's see, here we go again. Door's open. Got it. This is a bit of trickery. So when I hit this button, not only does it open this door, it spawns a new brick. That brick disappears and this door closes. Boom. So I can't go backwards. Alright, so now we are in here. So that whole wall is naturally bouncy now. Cool. Oh, God, it rinsed that part of the wall. See? By stepping on it. I accidentally rinsed an area I otherwise wouldn't have wanted to. Oh, and this comes out at an angle. It doesn't come out on a straight line because it's going in on an angle. Interesting. Alright. So that means that comes out at an angle too. Can I even reach that high? I didn't even think if this bouncy stuff would let me get up that high when I made the... Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Let's... I can't turn that off. Oh, I made that door portable. Alright, so that is the flaw in my plan. Oops. Don't want to land on that. The flaw in my plan is that I cannot... I cannot bounce high enough to hit the buttons. How do I remedy that without changing the design of the room? Because I want to keep it a cube. I don't want to modify the dimensions of the game, of the map. Coming out at weird angles and whatnot. Oh, that's crazy. Ah! I'm stepping on the buttons and washing the gel away. Oh no, now I can't stop bouncing. Wow, that's funny. Okay, so let's try coming out of that. Where do I bounce? Ah! Straight across. That's weird. I was trying to aim for the blue hole. Wait, hold on. I got pretty tall there. I got pretty high there, didn't I? Did I get high enough to hit a button? Come on, get up there. Alright, it does not look like be able to get the altitude I want to get. How high can I get? Because I can just adjust the height of these buttons. Alright. Let's adjust these buttons. Looks like I can get right about here. So let's move these to that height, which looks, yeah, that's significantly lower, right? See how much lower that is? All right. That should be doable. God, you know what's going to happen? Whoever it is going to fall. Yeah. They're going to need to like only have gel here. Ah, that's going to be cruel. Like, how are they going to stop? I really should make that. How long did I make that? 5 seconds? 3 seconds. Hit the button. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Fall through 3 Mississippi. I might have to make the hole deeper so they have more time to fall. Yeah, we'll see. All right, moving on. Hey, we got people watching. Say hello in the chat, please. Say hi. If you have ideas, suggestions for what to do with this build. If you're just joining, we are building a Portal 2 test chamber in the style of the movie Cube. It's an old horror film from the 90s. Basically, each chamber is going to be a cube of ever-enlarging size. So the first one is this cube right here, and then this cube here that we're working on, and then it'll move on down to this larger one here, and we'll end with a fourth very big cube. And I've got ideas for traps and lasers and things that shoot at you and fun stuff like that. That is roughly the plan. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to take this off. Give me just 1 second. All right. All right, so we've adjusted the height of those buttons. They should be reachable. Let's take a look. Anyone watching, have you played Portal before? Yes, I'm aware. It's Portal 2 is a good 13-year-old game. It still slaps, though. Ah! All right. Oh, no. Something got in my way. Wait a minute. I don't need that door to be open. I just realized this is actually much simpler than I thought it was. I just died, but there's that. There's hazards everywhere. Okay. Next chamber, just make it entirely blue goop and wish for the best. You know, that was kind of the plan with that chamber. That chamber was supposed to be just sort of ridiculously bouncy. But I don't know. I didn't want to. I wanted it to be able to be solvable without. Oh! I wanted it to be able to be solvable without you guys having to watch me learn how to solve it too long. Like, obviously. Why does that... That's confusing. had to do it. So as soon as I come through the upwards hole, I gotta start moving. And if I miss, I'm screwed. Yep. Can't fall. Oh! That was so close. Facing the right way. Got it. Okay. In the new room. I forget which buttons do what. Okay, we know the X button opens the floor, and that's what gets you out of here. You have 3 seconds to get through the floor before it closes. So. Is that tall enough? What did I do? I just dropped speed gel. Okay, so it is tall enough. You can hit the buttons. Oh, those ones. That's right. Oh, I stepped on the water thing. I stepped on the water one. Huh. I don't know if that's even useful. Okay. So we happen to know what the X1 does. Nope, stop dropping water. 3 seconds to... Oh my god, he can't even get through the door. Oh, that is so tough. All right, we got... No! Oh. Oh, so we do need this angled one, because that angled one would shove me over. Get it! This is so disorienting. I can't imagine it's actually enjoyable for anyone to watch, though. Oh. Okay, one open. Oh my god, it worked! 3 seconds was the perfect time. So the lasers turn off mid-fall. Oh, that is crazy. Okay. All right. That worked. So then... Oh, I'm an idiot. The door's supposed to start open. Open up for 5 seconds and then close again. So we got to fix that. So now we're in this room. Pretty massive. What can we do with this room? It's got to remain mostly a cube. I can't design it with any outcroppings. That I can do angles that outcrop, but I want to stick to the purity of the cube, because that is the theme of tonight. See, Nathan says, I had somehow managed to beat some parts of this game on Steam Deck. I beat World 2 on the Steam Deck. inspirational quote from Wheatley. Fatty adopted, fatty, no parents. It's funny. I actually did a speed run of Portal 1. Got it under an hour. The entire game, I think it was like 54 minutes. And the speedrun community out there, I think they can do it in like 8, and they use, you know, kind of tricks and glitches and stuff like that, and all this cool stuff they've learned about the game. I'm not that kind of gamer. I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying taking the time to learn all that stuff and learn, you know, there's like, stand by this wall, turn 15 degrees, shoot your portal, you go through this crack in the map, and it'll go to this other room. That kind of stuff I'm not good at the discipline of. So my goal was get it down under an hour, and I did, and I got that monkey off my back and moved on. Portal 2 I have not done a speed run of yet because it's significantly longer. And I don't know, I'm just having too much fun doing map making. All right, so here's what I want to do. I've wanted to have a section of this wall here to like drop down, and have a bunch of the laser turret guys on the other side. That's what I want to do, and I think I have enough. Yeah, I have enough room. So what we'll do is one of the hazards will be, so we can push back that one. It's got to get pushed back twice. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Whoop, other way. Now one side is going to be visible. So we'll do a bunch of turret guys. So turret gunners. Now they are going to be visible behind a glass door. Actually, can I do it on top? Yeah, I want to do it up here. So they'll be an obvious threat. The player will be able to see them. I realized by making this and showing the secrets behind it, like if anyone, like no one, like I think 3 people have played the maps I've made, so I'm not too worried about it. For me, it's more about just like the act of making them, creative outlet. All right, so you'd be able to see those right when you walk in. Okay, so those are going to be connected to a button. And then on the other side, we'll have the same thing, but you won't know they're there because they'll be behind opaque doors. So it'll be kind of a surprise right behind you. You won't see it coming. So then we'll do, we got to put the opaque doors in. And I could set them all to 90, but they're like this one I have to set to start deployed. Which is annoying. They all, even after I connect them to a button, they're all gonna. Okay, and then in the ceiling, we're going to drop. These are the cube droppers. They'll just automatically drop whenever we have a button at the center of the room, and that button we put a cube on that button, and my idea is that we're going to have things coming out of the floor. We're going to have these like floor elevator things that lift you up. So right when you drop that, yeah, let's do. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I got this. All right. So we're going to connect to each one of these doors, which is going to be a pain. Got to do it one by one. There's a limit to how many things you can connect to one button, I found out. I think it's something like 8 connections, which is kind of annoying. Okay, and then that is connected also to the elevator there. All right, and then we have to have all these start deployed. Nathan, have you played co-op where you play with 2 people? You're like the 2 different robots. That's a ridiculous amount of fun. One of the maps I made is actually made for co-op people. You have to have 2 people to do it. And it's based on the movie Tenet. I don't know why I keep getting stuck in movie themes, but why not? So if you've seen the movie Tenet, where there's like that glass partition on either side of the turnstiles, you actually walk past a glass partition, one on each player on each side, and then diverge off into different parts of the level, and everything you're doing affects what the other person experiences and vice versa, and you have to help each other. You can obviously talk to each other throughout the whole thing. All right, so we have all those connections are in place, so then we just remove the visibility, so it's a surprise. And then we also connect this to that elevator and remove that visibility. Okay. So both of these have to be pressed. Yeah, both of these have to be pressed, and then that will raise you up. And And when it raises you up, okay, then we can have oh, that has to be there. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. All right, I see that. Yeah, all right. How high will this go? That'll go that high? All right. So you can jump off that down into this. That will be portable, so they can jump through a portal that they make. And then in that's connected to this. And visibility is none. Okay, so they can portal through that. And then they can portal out of that onto a, where is it? Little jumpy pad thing. There it is. And that will, I know. That is where the door will open. For their exit. And that will take them to their final cube, which will result in them being sent up to the exit there. This next cube is going to be what? 6 by 6 by 6? It'll be a little bigger. Okay, so we have... Wait, why are these on a weird angle? They all have to be 90. Can't have them all. Okay. So then... Oh yeah, we have to set a timer for this too, don't we? All right, so that timer needs to be... We're going to give them some time. Give you 12 seconds to get up. Because we need that angle to remain. No, 12 seconds. Yeah, let's not do 12, because that means those turret gunners are still there. We'll do 6 seconds. So you come through that at an angle. The goal is that you're coming at this angle. My concern is that I'm going to send them at this angle. They come out this way, that's bad. We're going to have to solve for that. All right. We'll see. And then this button would, of course, open these doors and lift this one up. Yeah, let's do... Come up this high. No, we'll do... Wait. No, I want a hot touch. Give me the cone. Why won't you let me adjust the cone? There we go. go up that high. And that'll be portable. And this will come out. 60 degrees. And they can jump down onto it with moderate velocity, I guess. But it'll still be at an angle. Yeah, it'll still be at an angle. So like that portable. And just as a red herring, we'll make that portable. Yeah. A couple red herring portals. Okay. And that is connected to that elevator. No, we don't want signage. We don't want them to know. It's all a mystery. I was going to have like lasers and stuff too. I felt like lasers were a big deal in the movie Cube. But I don't know. All right. Unfortunately, I have to step out for just a second. If anyone's got ideas, drop them in the chat. I'll be right back. All right, rock and roll. Nathan, are you still here? I'd love to know if you have done any Portal 2 co-oping. All right, so each one of these connect. Hey, man. Do you know anyone else who plays Portal? Because I'd love for two people to try out that two-person co-op one I made. I've already, I've played it. I built it. I know how everything works. I want to see other people figure it out, and I need 2 test subjects for that one. Okay, and then this also needs to be connected to that button, I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. then just for fun, hold on. Oh yeah, that's the exit there. Okay, so then we need anytime all right, so then we need to put the exit door here. I have two I know really well. You have two friends you know really well that like this game. Outstanding. Here's my workshop. Let's see here, tenant. Obviously, you can just click on my name on Steam, I think, when you're in this workshop and look at the other ones I've built. But this one is tenant. Steam community shares, right? Can I share this? There we go, share. There we go. I think that should take you to that particular map file. And I think if you click subscribe to it, it will subscribe you to that map. And then when you go into play cooperative chambers, you can choose that map and then invite your friend, and then both of you. One has this on their Nintendo Switch. I don't think that will work. Wait. Oh, that's got to work, right? You can. No? Because it's probably not Steam. Like, you can't play co-op with your. Like, you can't be on PC playing co-op Portal with someone who's on Nintendo, can you? I imagine you can't. I don't think that's a thing. All right. What I have done in the past to be able to test this stuff out is build a temporary tunnel to the test chamber. So that's what we're going to do here. There we go. This way I don't have to go through these other tunnels or these other chambers to get to this one. So, yeah. All right, so we are going to connect that to there. You have to start. Wait, what happens when you hit the button? When you hit the button, it activates that and it opens that door. But just opening that door, is there any way to get up that high? There might be. All right, we're going to leave that portable. We're going to make that portable. What I'm not sure about is if when I connect both of these buttons to this door like this, if both buttons need to be pressed to open the door, or if either button will open the door. I don't. All right. We're going to give 6 seconds to both. Both have 6 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. Let's go 7 seconds. You want to give them enough time to get out the door. Yeah, I'm worried that all right, we'll see. We'll see. friend request. Hey! I'll get it. I don't... Whoa. There we go. Look at that, Nathan. Now we're friends. All right, let's play this. This is our shortcut tunnel. I added no lighting. So now they're going to come through this door here. And all these guys are visible to them. Oh, shoot. The exit door is already open. That's annoying. Why is that open? Because every time you attach it, it naturally opens up. Alright, let's try again. Anyone else who's here? Say hi in the chat. Join me and Nathan as we build a map based on the 1997 Canadian science fiction horror film, Cube. Although I feel like I haven't made it horror enough, so now I'm kind of questioning that. We'll see. That happens when you try to be clever. All right, they got 2 cubes. Why is that angle already out? Well, that angle is not supposed to be out already. Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, they're going to need more than 7 seconds. I just realized. Because the second I hit this button, that goes up. Ooh. Okay. Up here. Okay. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, that was interesting. That actually might work better. That might work better. Alright, let's do that again. Oh no. Oh, I'm dead. Ah! I missed the thing. All right, so let's... Yeah. All right. So we're going to leave that angled one just angled. Why not? But we're going to make that surface portable. We're going to give them more than 7 seconds. We're going to give them 10 seconds per elevator. Okay. So the idea was that you go through an angled wall and you or angled surface, you come out of this flat surface on an angle, smack this thing, and it shoots you over to here. Yeah, that's the idea. So we'll see. All right, let's run it again. Nathan, if you're playing Portal 2, I saw you hop on. I would be curious for you to try some of my single player stuff if you're there. Glass Houses is kind of interesting, or Throwing Stones, I think it's called. And then the one I did last night is probably my favorite so far that I've done. Okay, why do I even have 2 cubes? Like, what was the point of that? Why did I just hear a cube disappear? So, put a cube there. So that just comes out all by itself when that's out. Alright, cool. So when you hit this button, the back side opens. So we're gonna go here. Whoa. I can't. I've made this too hard for even myself. This is slightly annoying. Okay. Get on there. Get on there. Okay, so I hit this. Which one goes up? Shoot. Now I forget which one goes up. Well, clearly not that one. I think it's that one's the one going up. Let's do... That did not work. That did not work. Alright, the door's closed. Alright, so none of that worked. The idea was that you get some momentum and can drop through a floor one and shoot out to there. So this needed to be lower. That was... I mean, I guess... Here, let's just make it a little simpler on myself. Let's add... some portable... Can I make that? Yeah. All right, we'll add that wall there is portable. And then over here, we'll make the floor portable here, but also above there. Okay. Yeah. And then, did I say that was portable? Yeah, that's portable. So the idea is that you got to be able to smack that sucker from an angle through there. Question is, do I need to make like... It's crazy that I am playing your TC on my Steam Deck. My TC? Oh, test chamber? It is crazy. Which one are you playing? All right, we're going to do that on an angle. Oh, wait, we can't. Because if I come back out of that... Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Nope. Nope. Undo, undo. So the idea is that you come through on an angle. Okay, you gotta come through there, though. I think that's the deal. Because in theory, well, then couldn't I... All right. I'm in this fine intersection of trying to make it doable, but not too easy. I think it's one wrong... Oh, one wrong step. Yeah, that was from last night. That one is... I think design-wise is why I like it so much. Like, I just had a lot of fun doing like some clever design stuff to it. I don't know if it's particularly difficult or challenging from a portal perspective. So that's there. Okay, what did we do? We did that wall there. So I tap this, I go through there. All right, can I just come out? Yep. It just shot me across the room and stuck me to the wall, which I think is kind of glitchy. I'm stuck to the wall. All right. See, that's too easy. I literally didn't need to do anything. All I have to do is open this door. Now, yes, do they need to figure that out? Sure. But... let's try... Let's move this down. And then we can add that angled sucker here. Take away that portal. So now you have to come through an angle this way and hit that to get thrown this way. And how do you come through that angle? All right, and then we're gonna do... let's do... copy that, go right next to it. What just happened? What is going on? What's neat about these springboard things is that they'll throw you on an angle that you didn't know about. And that to me is kind of cool. Like you can do kind of just a little off the center. It doesn't have to be a straight line. So you walk onto it, it throws you like a 30-degree angle. And you're not actually, unless you see that target, you're not really going to know. Which I thought was kind of cool. So I'll make that a portable surface as well. All right, and then we are tying both of these. To the center button. Okay. The angle is fine at 45. Connection visibility, none. 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 Okay. All right. Feel like that's... I mean, I honestly can get rid of one of these. I don't need this. You need one cube, but I don't know how you would destroy this cube. C'est la vie. And yeah. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. So if you're just joining us, we are building portal maps within Portal 2, and our friend Nathan here is actually playing one of my custom ones from last night, which is exciting. I definitely want to hear his thoughts when he's done. He's doing it on a Steam Deck, which I play on like a 29, 32-inch screen, whatever. Playing on a small screen. I don't know what the detail is like. Alright, so we have activated the room. And depending on which button we press, this button opens up those doors. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, it's independent. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay, so this doesn't do anything. Okay. That's right. I completely forgot. So you have to have that down. And then when you press a button, it opens. So that's going to open that one. Alright, so we want to come out of that angle. That didn't work? Okay. How do I come out of an angle on that one? Alright, so let's try... Oops, not good, not good. I should have tried to get on that elevator. So I think I need that altitude. Okay, so now I'm up here. So now, uh-oh. I can't get that angle from here. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so let's just screw that. Nope, there is no way to get a shot on that, but also get on top of that. This is interesting. All right. Those doors open up. Okay, okay. I think I know what to do. I think I know what to do. All right. No! Oh, bad, bad, bad. I need to get on that. And that kills you if you're under the elevator when it comes down. Good to know. Alright, so come out of there. There. Oh no. Oh, I'm dead. That was supposed to... It bounced me off of that panel I came through. I jumped through this panel off of this. I must have hit there. We're just going to do a straight line. All right, straight across. Still, that shouldn't have been possible. I mean, I guess it could be, yeah, whatever. This is already hard enough as it is. Because remember, they're going to have to figure out what the buttons do, not get killed. They've already come through all this other stuff. Oh, that's going to be annoying as hell. I almost wonder if I should move these buttons closer to an elevator. Like I currently don't have them anywhere near their corresponding elevator. This one runs this elevator. I feel like maybe I should put them next to their own elevator. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. right. One more time. And then we'll start from the top and do the whole thing proper. All the way through. And I don't know if you caught it, Nathan, but there is a description for the level, one wrong step, and there's a hint, a real hint in there. Because if people do make it to the end, it's frustrating if they didn't plan for it, I guess is the way to phrase it. Alrighty, so can I reach that? Alright, so I've got this. So now I could do that because I can be on here. So now I could do that. Why did that door not open? That door's supposed to open. The exit's not opening. Because both buttons need to be pushed. That's annoying. All right, so I've programmed the door, the actual exit to this map is tied to both of those buttons. And they both have to be pressed in order for the door to open, and that's nigh impossible. So I have to make a decision. And that decision is to remove all connections. This is tough. I got stuck in between the doors. How? How'd you get stuck between the doors? Which doors did you get stuck in between? I left enough time to get between the two areas. I need to figure out a reasonable way to trigger this door. It's either only involved with this center button, or some other means of opening that. See, I wish it didn't have to be both buttons needed to be pushed. Okay. All right, we're just gonna make a standalone button all by itself. Ooh, I have an idea, and I can't do it in a room this small. This can't go up any higher, right? Yeah, that can't go up any higher. Can I put a button on the ceiling? Oh, this is gonna be diabolical. You can put a button on the ceiling. All right, the question is, how many cubes do you need to stack on top of themselves to push that button if you put it on the elevator? Yes. We're gonna guess 2 cubes tall to push that button. So that means you need to put cubes on this elevator to push that button. That button and you have, all right, and then this one is, do they have enough time to get to the other elevator? You're gonna get 12 seconds. And then oh, that's tough. All right, let's just try out the 2 cube idea. You can't press that button. I almost now need these buttons side by side. But I'm like trying to go for some semblance of symmetry in the design a little bit, you know? Saw this guy, I think he's from China, made a map last night that was like, it's like being inside a pinball machine or like it was just so wonderfully massive and beautifully designed. Like you hit a button and like dozens of cubes fall from the ceiling and like land on all these different buttons. It was definitely like a Plinko game or something. It felt like. You see on The Price is Right. It was kind of cool. All right, so you hit that button, that goes up. But where are you going to be? You have to be on the elevator, right? Not necessarily. But can't tie both buttons to that. Man. I had a really good idea for a second there. Screw it. Hold on. This button opens this one here. Okay. We're just going to put a glass wall right there. I'm going to put a glass wall right there. Cool. Because this button opens those. Alright, and we said this was going to be 15 seconds. This one was only going to be 10 seconds. So you get 5 extra seconds to get over here and press this button. Alright, that's what we're doing. Let's give it a whirl. Hi dude, got your stream in my YouTube recommended. You should really not be using AI generated thumbnails. A lot of people will instantly be turned off by that. Perhaps, I guess, yeah. I mean, for my live streams, I just spit one out real quick and it kind of conveys what it is I'm doing. You know, if you look at my other videos, like the actual videos I produce, you know, doing, you know, PC stuff or anything like that, I will, like even my Fallout videos where I wrote some software in Python to make this Fallout themed app. I combined like, you know, an AI generated background with a picture of me, things like that. But for my live streams, when I'm like, I'm just gonna go live and play around with a game, like I'm not producing new thumbnails every time. Like this is more of a hobby. I don't have aspirations of being a YouTuber per se, but I appreciate the you know, the advice. I get where you're coming from, but it's a huge concern of mine. All right, do we have all three? We have all three. All right, so the button is up there, and the button opens that door. We have to put cube here, activate our angles, and then we're gonna take a ride. I don't think 2 cubes is gonna be enough. See that? It's opening the door. I don't think 2 is going to be enough. Now I'm worried. Do I need to get a 4th cube in here? What happens to is it going to crush the cube if it's too tall? Alright, we're going to find out. Uh-oh! Ah! They can shoot through glass? No, both sides were open. I'm stupid. Oh, that was dumb. Alright, that goes there. The buttons on the ceiling. Okay. How many cubes to make it? Press the button. Press the button! Really annoying automated voice of a roulette game in Las Vegas that I play once in a while. Okay. So this button's gonna open that side. That button's gonna open that side. So I need to get over there. Oh, no. Oh, I'm dead again. Oh, I'm dead again. God, you gotta be on the corner of that elevator. Can't say I've ever seen this in a community chamber. Seen what? Somebody making silly decisions like I am. Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm just gonna send that. Ah! Oh! I keep forgetting which side of the chamber I assigned the button to. HD. What's worse, this is the third chamber of this chamber. Like, there's 3 cubes in this, 3 rooms like this. Start small and get progressively bigger. I just created a cheat tunnel to get here so that I can finish building it without having to travel through the first 2. Okay, alright, hold on. Stacking some cubes so a platform pushes into a button. I've been trying to work out different methods for creating time delays. So I want, like, when I press a button and a door opens, in the back, like, I'm thinking about even creating separate chambers that you never actually go into, but it has a cube that drops, gets covered in speed goo, and slides down a ramp into a force field and gets destroyed. And that cycle, like when it goes down the ramp, I saw a guy do this the other day in a community chamber. You had to drop a cube covered in speed gel, and it goes down a ramp and hits a button. So there's that time delay of it traveling down the ramp. And I think Portal Revolutions uses this. No. I think the co-op uses this, where you throw something down a ramp, and the time delay buys you time as it travels down the ramp to go do something. But in this case, I want to use it for like a door to open 5 seconds later, or a door to close 5 seconds later. Then you hear the clicking, and you're like, okay, I have 10 seconds. But in reality, something else happens in 5 seconds. So. But yeah, this is just a way that, like, that's connected to that. I just haven't been able to actually test it yet. So on this button, that button opens that one, right? There's no cube on the elevator or on the big button, so it's not going to go up. This is killing me. That person I don't think was using BMod. I think they were literally just using the game. But I did play a community chamber that somebody clearly built in BMod or Hammer, and that was insanely, like, difficult. I was wrong elevator. I'm stuck over here. Hi guys, how you doing? What is this, 10 seconds? Okay. It's not tall enough. Hi guys. Give me a second. 15 seconds. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and add extra cubes to the chamber. And we'll take out the cube dropper. There we go. So now you'll start with 5 cubes. You have to figure out what to do with them all. HD, if you, I've only been building these for about a week and just kind of playing around with them because I didn't even know it existed until recently. But if you scroll up in this chat, there's a link to one of my maps. I think it's a co-op map, but yeah, you're welcome to try them out. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear what other people think. What's amazing to me is that people are still making these every day. Like I sorted by most recent right after I published one, and someone else had already published another one. All right. I feel like that's not going to go well, but let's see. Okay, so this one opens that one, so this one opens that one. Oh my god, it opened the door and it's holding. All right, so we got 15 seconds of that door being open and it remains stacked. That's good proof of concept. Obviously, you're going to want to stack them really super neat. Just in case, but I feel like that's close. Don't want them there. Close enough. All right, so the trick is now I have to get up and out through. So I'm going to open this. Ah! Don't do that. So then I have to get on this side. Oh, wow. So he has the angle to kill me that whole time. I'm not super stoked about that. I don't want to add more glass. It just kind of reduces the lethality of it. I really need to. I'd love to play some. Portal 2 is my favorite single-player game of all time. Really enjoy checking out levels for it. I really need to finish a bunch of whip maps. What's whip? Working hard in Hammer. I watched some tutorials on Hammer today. This kid, like 4 years ago, this British kid made them. He's kind of hilarious. It looks really time-consuming. Like a lot of attention to detail, a lot of like nitty-gritty. This drag and drop stuff is more my speed, just kind of like what my attention span and could handle. Once I saw what it would take to use Hammer, because it's like, does it still have that sort of like Windows 95 interface where it feels kind of retro? Yeah, I don't know. My patience could stick up with that. So bravo to you. All right, so that opens that button. Why don't I just ride that elevator up? Yeah, screw it. Because I'm not tall enough to touch the button. So let's just put... off center, right? Wait, what side do I need to be on? Yeah. A little off center. work in progress whip. Oh. Sorry, I thought whip was like a game or some mod or something. I'm sorry. Being ex-military, you'd think I'd be down with acronyms, or at least, you know. Ah, that feels unstable. All right, so the plan is to go up with this elevator, and then come out of that angle, and I will fall through the floor. There. Aim for that blue dot. Hi, guys. Oh. Why did that not... What did I hit above or below the mark on that one? That is supposed to put me right against that mark there. Solutions? Let's change the angle of this to 30. And move this down one. Go up a bit on the angle there. Yeah, let's do that. Give that a shot. Oh, don't make me go on my thank you for your service rant. I'm not a fan of the phrase. It's a long story, but I have issues with what I feel was forced or obligatory patriotism. I was actually overseas on my first deployment when 9/11 happened. I came back to a very different and weird country. Okay. Where's the button? There's the button. My response when I hear that is usually, thank you for the college money. Because that worked out real well for me. I like that. Got to go to school. Not until I was in my 30s, though. There you go. Which is actually, that was a weird experience, going to college, like when I was 30, because I was in school, obviously, like, I'd say 80% were high school graduates. And the number of people that just like treated college like it was high school all over again, like they had to be there, they were being forced to be there. The same crap you feel when you're in high school because it's all obviously all compulsory. I was like, wait, but you chose to be here. Like this is your choice. You're paying here. Why are you paying to whine about this? Okay, so now I can do that. Up we go. So there's that dot I need to hit. No! Hi, guys! Oh, that's annoying. is it? So that was that too, that was still too low? Still too low. Right? Oh no, that was too high, wasn't it? All right, we're gonna aim for the center of the, that line's gonna cross through the center right there. Could try moving the target to the ceiling. Oh, the ceiling of the exit tunnel here? Possibly. Let me try this first, and then we'll give that a shot. Or to the floor, just something instead of the back wall. I was going for, like, I thought the straight line approach, because I have another map, actually the one that Nathan was playing. I think the final room in that one has a straight line across a chasm type thing. That worked real well, but obviously it wasn't trying to aim inside of a tunnel like this one is. This is trying to get you into that little tunnel door. You're right, the floor. The problem is that the arc has to avoid that. I bounced off that once already. I was like, okay, so I need to give myself a little more clearance up there. I was trying to get a straight line so I didn't bounce my head off of it. One thing I noticed is you can carry these cubes through a force field that will normally destroy them as long as you're carrying them above the force field. You can like jump if you need to clear it. I thought that was really cool. Your portals will still actually get destroyed when you do it, but if you're carrying something, it won't get destroyed. Go. Get on the elevator. Ah, I didn't hit it. There we go. All right. Almost. Oh, I'm not going to hit that, am I? Why didn't we hit our target? Oh, because we were off center. We needed to be centered. All right, everything's closed. Back up we go. Let's get it. Ah, for the win! Alright, this is probably the most difficult cube I've ever... Oh, shoot. Shoot. So the door closes after 15 seconds. And now I'm stuck up here. Alright, who cares? We know it's doable. Okay, so you land in there. Yes, thank you. So we land in here, and now we're going to move off to the final cube that will then take us to our exit. So, but HD, since you're here, I'll show you some of the other ones I've done. Here we go. Triple Frontier is... I keep getting carried away when I make these. I try to make them really big, and I forget it's supposed to only be a test chamber, right? It doesn't need to be an entire game. But nope, I end up going to town and create, like... It's not even 3. I think it's more than 3, because this is one level here, and it's 2 different rooms. So basically, when you come out the start, there are 3 doors you can go through. And each one takes you to its own, basically its own test chamber. You go to that chamber, complete that chamber, you end up, once you've escaped that chamber, you end up in the attic, as I call it, and the attic has 3 cube buttons, and you need all 3 cube buttons pushed to turn off all 3 lasers to be able to hop through the hole and go to the exit. Because when you come in, you can see the exit. The exit's in the same room as you, but you need to complete all of these 3 challenges. And once you're done each challenge, it dumps you in the attic, and you just take the cube that is waiting for you and put it in here. Except for the third one here that has a companion cube you have to take and get out and take it to the attic. So you drop off all three. And obviously you can't die throughout any of this. But so this is one where you can see here, I use the launcher to like a weird angle. It's not very intuitive. You go off this launcher and you cross diagonally across the room and land over there. And I'm a big fan of this trick where you have to, I think it was in the Portal 1, they had this room where you had to like be portaling yourself, you're flying through the air, in midair you're having to shoot your next portal and then coming out of this one. So you start here, 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 and then it shoots you over here. And then because I'm creating such annoyingly, I think needlessly complicated situations where you can get stuck, I had to build either ways out of rooms or just the ability to kill yourself while you're in there, to start over. Because if you get stuck, you're stuck. My rule of thumb is always to leave a portal waiting for me outside a room in case I need to, exit, but not everybody does that. But this is that one chamber I was telling you about where if you hold the cube above your head and fly over this, the cube doesn't die. But yeah, that's one of them. And then I had the idea for something made completely of glass, which is tough because you need something to attach the glass to. So about half, I'd say the first half of the map, or the first 30% of the map is mostly glass. And you have to like deal with this maze of rooms that are all glass, and you can get yourself trapped in one and have to get out and go into the other one, get the thing, come back. So I do wonder if it's more tedious than it is clever, but that remains to be seen. So yeah, there's that one. And then if you've ever seen the movie Tenet, the mid-air portal thing, I tried making a chamber out of doing that to get more height, but it wasn't understood very well. Which is weird because that's like one of the best parts about the game is like being able to do things, like being able to fling yourself at great distances at odd angles and stuff. Like that's one of the more fun things about the game. So I'm surprised that people didn't catch on to that. Have you seen the movie Tenet? A really confusing Christopher Nolan film about time travel or temporal pincer movements. I made one. It's co-op only because you need two people to do it because the game, the level itself is a temporal pincer movement. So basically, the two people at the start go down these two separate corridors. They can see each other through the glass, and then one person drops down here while the other person goes in here, and they're split up for most of the match or most of the level. For probably like 80% of the level, they are split up, but like this room full of buttons controls everything in this room here. So this guy has to press all the buttons to make things happen in this room. This guy is in this room telling him, hey, press that button. No, wait, no, try a different button. Okay, remember that one. And push these buttons in a certain order so that this guy can navigate through this room. And that just happens again. They both go into two separate rooms, and the things they're doing in those rooms are like his buttons affect his room and his buttons affect the other guy's room. So it's basically a level all about temporal pincer movements. And then they meet up again at the end and have to escape together. So I don't know why I'm on a kick about movie-themed maps, but maybe that's just, I think people see something pop culture they're familiar with. Maybe they'll be interested in playing it. I don't know. All right, so let's just go ahead and play this through normally. see how it feels step by step through the first 3 chambers, and then we'll build the last chamber. You haven't... Why? I thought it was like a popular movie. That is a problem I have in my life. There are things I'm very familiar with, some people aren't. So this is chamber number 1. It's a small cube. Oh, Nathan, are you still here? If you played one wrong step, did that first laser that's like at eye level mess with you? Did that catch you out? Because that is not something I was expecting when I built it, that the laser would be invisible. When you're at eye level with the red lasers right here, they're completely invisible unless you jump up and down. You can walk right into them and not know they're there. All right, so first chamber, you gotta activate the lasers, and by doing so, it opens exit there. And then we hit this button, it opens that. There we go. There. Okay. Go. Missed it. The timing for mid-air movement, what's going to be effective is tough. Go. Ah! It's tough. Maybe I need the jump first. I died. Maybe I need to jump out of the door so I get a little bit more height before I fall through my first portal. Is that what you're saying by jump it? Am I figuring it out? Eventually? Ah, come here. Whoa, do not be standing on the lasers in the gym. Alright. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I got height. Thank you. Nice. Alright, so this door stays open until I hit this button. So here's one trick I did. So that button that is sitting on is keeping this door closed, I think. Oh, no, it's keeping this door open. Right? So I put that cube down, and it's keeping this door open. So how do I close this door now? Like, that cube is there. How do I get rid of that cube? Well, I tied the cube creation button to this, or function to this button here that also opens this door. So the second I open this door, that cube gets disintegrated and closes this door. Of course, you have to get in here pretty quick. This one, partially sheer luck. All right. It's been a while since I did this one. I can't remember how this works. Wrong. There we go. trick is hit the button, but get off the bouncy stuff as quick as possible. Oh yeah, I have to. While the door is open, the lasers are on. So you have to clear the door, but then get to the bottom after the lasers turn off. You have 3 seconds. I can't believe it worked. That's the second time I've got it. All right, so now we're in here. And the door closes, yeah? All right, so now we are in this room that we're familiar with. And we know how to get through this. So I can close off my cheat tunnel now. That was just a tunnel I made so I could skip everything and get here. We know this is doable. So closing off a cheat tunnel. Boop. All right. Might need to build another cheat tunnel to this new one, which is probably what I'll end up doing. All right, ideas for the final and largest cube. I can't make it flood with water. That would be too cool. Let's see. I'm worried if I move this target. We still want that arc to be right in the middle of the crosshairs there. Okay. All right, so that stays open as long as that's pushed, right? Cool. And we will have this stay open as long as that's pushed as well. So we'll go down. And yeah, so that's what we'll do. Yes, that's what we'll do. So then, what is this tied to? This is tied to that button, right? Yeah. So we'll also tie this to that same button. So once you're down in here, it'll close. So resting position is deployed. Perfect. So now they are in here. This is our new cube. Whoa! No! Undo, undo. Alright, we'll leave them that little nook. Why not? We'll leave them that nook for now. There's no reason to close it off. Or, you know what? We'll close it off with a force field. I think that's what we'll do. Haven't done that yet. All right, so that was 5 squares, right? This needs to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go up. Oh, shoot. That'll be 6. 6, right? Okay. Then we'll go up. It's up. So we got 3 up, and we need 3 down. That's 6. Good. All right. We'll go back. Oh, wait. Is that okay? Yeah. So that corner is touching. That is 6 wide. All right, let's have some fun. Why not make it portable, like all over? All right, so a massive portally room. One wall will not be portally. One wall will have, should we do like a smiley face? Some kind of symbolism. It's going to be hard. I have to do all of this on an angle because I've gotten half this map in the way here. All right, so then what did I say? We're going to do a force field as they enter so that they can't escape or anything. There we go. That works. The exit's going to be like an elevator. All right, so we have this room. Let's do a series of buttons on the floor. We're just going to naturally have like we're going to have a bridge, and we're going to have force field, and we're going to do some lasers. We'll do some more lasers. And it's going to be like a combination thing. Like you need to do a certain combination of these buttons to get the... It's going to be fraught with lasers and fraught with stuff. Some turn on, some turn off when they hit the buttons. I want some symmetry, so we're going to do another laser. Oh, we can't. All right, so we'll do another one there. There we go. Okay, so those are controlled separately. All right, so then we just start randomly connecting them to things and having them be on or off depending on what's going on. So for instance, this one will be connected to this. And let's see, we want these two. Okay, hold on. We're going to connect these two to this one. But we're also going to connect this light bridge to that one. So when you turn that on to get your light bridge, those two lasers turn on. Okay. So we got to give them things they want at the cost of things they don't want. So you get the bridge, but now you have lasers running. So this one is connected to, remove the connection, the visibility. So yeah, that's connected to that. So we need more bridges. Yeah. So that bridge is connected to that. And oh yeah, all of these need to be start disabled. They need to turn on when he turns on the bridge. Okay, this button connecting to, where is, there it is, that force field. And we want to, wait, hold on, start enabled, right? Yeah, we want it to be on. So to turn that off, you need to turn that on. Where's the other force field? Visibility, so we see straight lines. All right, let's get closer. This is connected to nothing, so let's connect it to that button there. And start disabled. Any other lasers not connected to anything? You're not connected to anything. You're connected to that. You're connected to that. You're connected to that. And then I'm going to leave you with 3 of these little crawly dudes. No dropper. So now 3 of the buttons have something they're connected to. This 4th button doesn't have anything it's connected to. That 4th button is going to be connected to the exit. And the force field. No, not the exit and the force field in front of it. Maybe? No. Force field above it? Yeah. So you put that on and the force field closes. No. Yeah. All right. So our exit needs to be on this wall here. Okay. And they can't. Yeah, let's do that. Can I do a crossing force field? Is that a thing we can do? We'll do the force field over here. Yeah. No. No, we need to have it one lower, and we need the force field above it. There we go. Can we do a force field there? Yeah, all right, so the exit's going to be there. Is that too difficult, we think? Because conceivably you're going to have to jump up to it and then not touch that force field on the way up. Conceivably. Yeah, those can't touch. Can't touch this too. Have to be separate. All right, so for this final button, that final button is going to connect to that. No visibility. And it's going to be not start enabled. Okay. Just for fun, I'm going to create a bit of a problem. Little red herring. Not a red herring. What do we call it? Okay, we are going to put a cube or a sphere maker there. I'm trying to create a bouncy cube. It's gonna be like, or a bouncy sphere that's gonna be super annoying. That could kind of get in the way. So that goes there. That goes there. So it creates the cube. The bouncy stuff. The cubes, or the sphere's got to be able to get out, but the person can't get in. Red lasers. If I'm not mistaken, objects can go through the laser. Yes. And then none of this is portable. I don't know if this is going to work. This is interesting. So it's just going to keep generating spheres, covering them in goo, and shooting out this hole. That is the hope. All right, let's see if it works. Actually, I'm going to be right back. I got to take a leak. Legit. Did not realize how hydrated I was. We were going on 3 hours. Didn't realize it took me this long to build these things. Okay, so that shoots a cube, bouncy cube out that hopefully causes some havoc. Yeah, okay. Is that connected to anything? It is not. That just straight up exists. Fun. So what's preventing some? So they need altitude. They can just fall through the floor and jump up anywhere, right? All right, so let's take away the portability right above the exit. And then let's move this over here. And let's add 2 angled pieces here at, I don't know, 30 degrees? Is that enough? Is that right? Oh, that's for the exit door, so that has to be one of the 3. Okay. So we'll connect both of these to this. Like that. And then what was it? This one is the exit door. So we'll do 90 degrees. Connect it to you. And start deployed. Okay. All right. And then, kind of like the other ones, I'm just going to create a cheat tunnel to get there so that I don't have to... Oh, wow. I can do a cheat tunnel straight down, can't I? Yeah, I can. Yep. I can do a cheat tunnel straight down from the start. All right, let's give it a whirl. Let's see what that room looks like. Exciting. Shoot. Puzzle has too many items and cannot be built. Please remove some items and try again. I'm removing 3 turrets. I don't want to remove too many things. Like, I don't want to have to remove things from this room. That is... I haven't even finished the map yet, and I got to remove things? Oh, this isn't cool. All right, I'll get rid of this entire bouncy ball situation. That's so annoying. I was really hoping that that could be... All right. So now it's just as is. Boo. I feel like I've made more complicated maps. Just clear sheer objects, like things you interact with. This entire room is no good? No bueno? That's disappointing. Keep shaving bits off and see what works. I'd love to know what the limit is. Could you tell me what the limit is? Fine. You know what? Fine. Let me guess. If I remove everything from that room, I mean, it has to work, right? Because I played everything up until this point. Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying. All right, I have an idea. It feels kind of minimalistic, but c'est la vie. All right, we're just going to throw some angles up here and there. Just random angles. This really isn't following the theme of the whole movie thing, though, you know? All right, and then we'll just do some... We'll do... One will be kind of lofty, and one will be a little bit more direct. That'll be different speed profiles. And then directly under it will be a button that opens the door. And you will have... 18 seconds. To open the door and get out. What do we think? Okay. And when you walk in here, you get an elevator. Now I'm worried I'm already at too many things. There's our exit. Oh, shoot, did the elevator even go? Okay, the elevator does go that tall. So it goes up to there. resting position is up top. Yeah? Oh no. It only ever goes up. It doesn't come down. Oh, that's... That's not cool. I was hoping for like a... All right. We're going to do something else. Easy way out. Let's find out. Is this too many items? Oh, that's so tedious. Not cool. Too many items. I don't have that many items in here. I mean, what item? All this blue stuff was needless. I mean, even this... Even this blue stuff was needless. That was, honestly, that wasn't necessary. Just gotta find other things to trim out of this map. All right. Yes! All right. I don't even know why I'm so happy. I don't even know if you can get out of this final room yet. So we'll figure that part out next. These aren't even movable elements, by the way. I put them in as static. Like there's nothing movable. All right, door's closed. That's not even that fast, to be honest. That's frighteningly slow. That's too high, but that's pretty freaking close. What's going on? Oh, I landed on the floor. All right. No, the bottom one's too high. We gotta go for the top one now. That didn't work. Perfect. Okay, so that's all it takes. Yeah, is it too easy? I don't know. Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough. Let's try it again. Huh. All right, let's try the other one again. Got it. All right, so it's the bottom one. Ah! I didn't exit in time. All right. All right. I'm not particularly happy with this one, but I get it. Like, I get why the game is not cool with me doing it this way. I just feel like that's a very lackluster ending to an arduous... Like, is it going to get mad if I tie... any of these to... All right, let's try it. Let's just connect these to this. Like, is that a problem? Is it? Because it's not any more items than it otherwise would be. So no more items, just more connections? Is this problematic? No. Okay. All right. At least gives you a bit more trial and error and uncertainty. Oh, crap. I killed my cheat tunnel. I have to get there au naturel. Gotten rid of a bunch of stuff in this map now to make room for things. Okay.
didn't jump. That was my problem. I literally just put these balls in here to be a nuisance. Get in the way. There we go. I got the altitude I needed. That's working out way better than I thought it would. I'm really excited about that. I went with 4 chambers. Maybe I should have stuck with 3. I mean, I've got the 4th. Why not leave it? But future cube iterations, which I'm not done with this cube idea. Oh, perfect. Hey guys, some robots staring at me. Jenga? Portal Jenga. That's probably not going to go well. Oh boy. All right, so now I've landed in here. This is perfect. That timer runs out. The door should close behind me. Boom. Nice. Now we're in here. Okay. All very doable. I'm kind of... I could publish this, but you might know all the ways to beat it now. Yeah, this is the truly probably devastating one, because opening those doors and getting shot by a bunch of turrets is gonna suck. But anyway, that is building a way too complicated Portal 2 test chamber, or in this case 4 test chambers. Maybe maybe I should just go back to basics. Maybe I should go simple, you know, not get so complicated with it. But HD, thanks for hanging out. Nathan, thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you all in the next one.